हम शुरू करें।
हाँ हाँ, बिल्कुल बिल्कुल।
जी जी। नंदिनी, आप प्लीज स्टार्ट करिए, नंदिनी जी।
Okay, sir. Am I visible and clearly audible?
हाँ, यस यस यस, प्लीज प्रोसीड।
Okay. Good evening, everyone. This side Nandini Sharma from AgriMeet Foundation Bharat. And on the behalf of our AgriMeet Foundation and all of our academic partners, it is my honor to welcome you all to day 5 of our 21 days FDP Come training program, Annadata 2025. Today, we are privileged to have with us our eminent speaker, Professor MC Jain, sir, presently serving as Director, Students Welfare, Agriculture University, Kota, Rajasthan. He has completed his BSc Honours Agriculture from RAU Bikaner in 1991. He pursued his MSc in Horticulture with distinction, earning a gold medal in 1994, and later achieved his PhD in Horticulture from MPUAT Udaipur in 2005. His academic journey is a reflection of his consistent dedication, excellence in agricultural sciences. He began his career as an assistant professor of horticulture, where his effort brought this KVK among the top 10 in Rajasthan. Later, as chief scientist come head, he introduced impactful programs for farmers and strengthened KVK initiatives. In 2004, he was transferred to Jhalawar to help establish the newly announced College of Horticulture. With complete dedication, he played a central role in building and strengthening this institution from the ground. Over the years, Professor Jan has served in several leadership positions, including Farm in Charge, where he developed nurseries, model orchards, and instructional farms. Dean Agriculture PG College, Kota, where he successfully launched new UG, PG, and PhD programs. Notably, the college achieved ICR accreditation in its very first year, a rare accomplishment. He also established a new instructional farm at Kanpur under RKVY with an outlay of rupees 140 lakhs in 2007, transforming it into a model facility for research and teaching. Professor Jain's journey is a true example of visionary leadership, innovation, and commitment to agricultural education and farmer welfare. His work has not only strengthened institutions, but also inspired countless students, researchers to contribute meaningfully in the field of agriculture. Today, as he joins us in this faculty development come training, we are welcoming not only a distinguished academician, but also a mentor and a leader whose contributions continue to shape the future of agriculture in India. Sir, we are deeply grateful for your presence today. We eagerly look forward to learning from your experiences, insights, and wisdom. On behalf of the organizers, participants, and the entire AgriMeet Foundation Bharat, I extend a warm welcome to you. Thank you, sir, for being with us today. Over to you. The session is yours.
Thank you, Nandini madam. Thank you. All the participants who are connected through online mode with this platform. I am Dr. MC Jain, working as a Director Student Welfare in the Agriculture Institute Kota. And today's topic to be discussed is the agriculture education production system in the is the perspective to the National Education Policy 2020, which has already been implemented in several agriculture universities which are being accredited by ICAR or aligned with the ICAR. So we will discuss on the topic. Before going to topic, we will discuss about the facts of Indian agriculture. Is it changing, Rakesh? Change. This. Okay, dear participants, you all are knowing about the Indian agriculture and its various facts. All of you are knowing that the agriculture is the source of livelihood, particularly in the rural areas. All of you are knowing that around 58% Indian population is directly or indirectly dependent on agriculture for their livelihood. So this sector is playing a very important role for the source of livelihood. 42% 42% of the population are directly dependent on the agriculture for their livelihood, while 58% population is directly or indirectly dependent for their livelihood on agriculture. So I mean to say that this is the big sector where most of the peoples are living or they are earning their income from the agriculture. So there is a need to strengthen this sector in a particular way, because agriculture is very dominant, having a very dominant place in India, and this can be certified by the its contribution in the national GDP. All of you are knowing that very recently the Indian economy ranks fourth, surpassing the Japan. Means next only to USA, China, and Germany. Now India is at number fourth, surpassing the Japan, which is on fifth place. So we can say that the contribution of the agriculture is playing very big role in the national GDP directly or indirectly. Means agriculture alone sector is providing the 18% to national GDP. So we want to strengthen the agriculture sector so that our GDP can be enhanced, or we can share much more in the GDP out of the agriculture sector. Third one is the source of industrial development. Each and everyone is knowing that in the industrial development, there is a need of raw material, or we can say the input. And most of the inputs, either in the sugar industry, or either in the cotton industry, or in the jute industry, or in any of the processing industry, the agriculture is playing very important role, or agricultural products are playing very important role. So industrial development is directly or indirectly dependent on the agriculture, including so many other things, including the glass bottles, including the various material which are to be used for the processing product of the agricultural produce, is also dependent directly or indirectly on agriculture. So industrial development is completely dependent on the agriculture sector. So again, there is a need to strengthen the sector to the drastic way. Food and nutritional security. We all are knowing that the Green Revolution came in 1964-65. And since then, we are producing enormous quantity of food grains for food security of the Indian population. But still, we are lacking in the nutritional security, because there is a need of five most important elements for the living one. That is the carbohydrate, fats, and proteins. These three elements are being fulfilled by the food grains, especially by the uh, by the rice or the wheat or any other many other, including the oil seed. But the nutritional security is second part. That means the vitamins and minerals which cannot be fulfilled by most of the agronomical crops. Therefore, there is a need of horticultural produce. And today we are seeing that our horticultural produce is more than 353 million ton per year. That is a very good. Matlab we are surpassing the agronomical production also. Agronomical production is 333 million ton of production we are producing. Out of these agronomical crops, 40% share is of rice, while 30% share is of wheat. Means in agronomical production, we are producing the most staple crop, rice, as well as the wheat. While in case of horticultural crop, we are producing so many commodities, so many fruits and vegetables, including the mango and the banana and the pineapple. We are also exporting the handsome quantity of all these produce outside the country for the foreign exchange. That means the 13% country's total export is contributed by the agriculture sector. You can see the 50 billion USD is being earned by the agricultural produce from the by exporting many things, particularly the rice, sugar, and we are having the enormous production of the spices and fruits in India. You know that the foreign exchange is being earned by various commodities, but still, I want to say that there is only 2 to 3% export of the horticultural produce. There is a need to strengthen this sector, especially for the export quality of the fruit and vegetable or particularly the processing products, so that we can earn a little bit more out of the this horticultural sector. The rural development, the most of the population in rural areas is dependent on the agriculture. Means I was saying that around 50%, 58% population is dependent on the agriculture, and the 42 is solely depend on the agriculture. Out of these 42%, I think maximum out of 42, around 38 to 39% population are residing in the rural areas, and they are wholly or solely depend the on the agriculture for particular their livelihood. So rural development is directly dependent on agriculture. So the increase or the development in the agriculture sector will act as a catalyst for the rural development in the country. Next, is this slide is showing the priorities of Indian agriculture for rural development. The adoption of technologies in India, the adoption of technologies are very poor, because the farmers or the rural women are very much illiterate, and they are not using or they are not adopting the agricultural technologies to such extent. So adoption of technologies, where we are producing so many technologies, it may be the best quality of best varieties, fortified varieties, then your climate resident technologies, or many other technologies which can improve or increase our productivity per unit area. So it is also lacking that after deliberating, after evolving, or after delivering the technologies, the adoption of the technologies are very poor. So this is the one of the part that extension services has to take, and adoption of technology should be little bit more to get higher productivity or higher yield of most of the crops in India. Then the research and development. This is a very big part. I was saying that many technologies has already been evolved or developed for the agriculture sector, or particularly in the horticulture sector. So still we are not getting to that much level to develop the new technologies which can increase our productivity of the major crops or the fruit crops or the vegetable crops to that level, or at up to the level of world record. So research and development needs the free flow of fund or free flow of capital. So government has to transfer the little bit more money toward the research and development, so that many of the new technologies can be developed, and this sector can be strengthened by the research technologies to be transferred in the field for development of the agriculture. Third one is very important aspect is infrastructure enhancement. Every enterprises or every process or everything cannot be taken up without the infrastructure facilities. So this is the biggest sector in India is agriculture or the horticulture, which cannot run without infrastructure facilities. So today we are seeing that farmer has to produce many of the crops, and they have to sell within the day, because we are not having the facilities for the storage for 3 or 4 days or even for a week. So we have to develop many of the infrastructure, particularly in rural areas, or by making the self-help groups or FPOs. We have to develop the infrastructure on enhance the infrastructure for the development of the agriculture system in the country. Financial accessibility. This is very important part, because any of the enterprises need the financial support for its growth, and rural farmers or the rural peoples cannot access the finance very clearly or very early as per requirement, or as per their need. So banking system has to be strengthened, and loaning facility should be increased, so that every farmer or every producer can access the finance in their local area to produce the more crop, to get the benefit of it. So banking system should be strengthened for the agriculture sector. Marketing linkages. It is very important part. We are producing many of the crops because the diverse climate in India, and because of diverse climate, we are producing many of the fruit, vegetable, and agronomical crops in different part of the country. Presently, farmers are producing many of the crops. They are selling in the local market or even in the mandis, but they are not having that much linkages so that they can earn better price of their produce. Most of the cost is incurred by the farmer, while most of the profit is earned by the middlemen. So this is the system in India, because farmers are not producing self-help groups, farmers are not producing FPOs. So there is a need of marketing linkages to be developed so that farmer or the producer can earn better price of their produce. So this is also one of the part which is lacking, still need to be strengthened in India. Climate adaptation. We are listening and we are even several times we are discussing on the climate changes. Sometimes it is erratic rainfall, sometimes it is high rainfall, sometimes it is no rainfall, sometimes temperature is rising very high, sometimes there are so many things. Means the various elements of the climate are changing very fast. It may be because of the CFC, it may be because of the increase in the carbon dioxide or various agents in the environment, temperature is rising, and because of increasing in the temperature, that is called as greenhouse effect, you can say. Because of the greenhouse effect, the production, the cost is increasing, the yield is decreasing. So we have to develop such types of technology which can be accommodated in present situation or in the changing climate scenario. So climate changing adaptation is very much required, and this can be ameliorated by producing or increasing the technologies which are required to mitigate the climate changes effects. Last one is very important, is related with the first one, the extension services. Though Indian extension services for the farmers is playing very big role, very vital role. There is no need to say anything more about it. But still, technologies are developed. They are not being transferred. The technologies are not being adopted by the farmers. Where we are lacking is very important. Whether extension services are poor? No. Whether farmers are illiterate? Maybe. So extension services may be strengthened so that the whatever the technologies which are developed in the research station can be adopted by the farmers, and the benefit of such technologies can be get by the farmers. So extension services may be strengthened to get the good result of the technologies which are being developed in the various research stations or in the institutes. Next slide is on the agricultural education needs renovation. Because the topic is already saying, I was already saying that the National Education Policy 2020, which has already been implemented by the ICR also, by implementing the recommendation of the 6th Dean Committee in various agriculture and allied universities. And agriculture education, whatever the changes or the modification has been made to meet the demand of modern farming. What may be? It may be the hands-on training. The practical oriented professional must be created. And this policy definitely creating the job creator students, because the entrepreneurship skill may foster the job creation. So when anyone will learn by doing, anyone will learn by doing will certainly get the skill. And skill is very compulsory for any of the entrepreneur to develop its entrepreneurship or to develop the job for himself or for the community. So practical experience is the need of agriculture education, which has been included in the new education policy also. We will discuss later on. Second is the sustainability and modernization. We are talking since many years, sustainability and sustainable agriculture, sustainable farming. We are discussing many times sustainability means the production should be continued to that much level. That is sustainability. The modernization means the technologies which are being developed must be utilized for the sustainability in agriculture production. Maybe the precision farming, maybe the biotechnology, maybe so many robotics, AI generated technologies, then power, the drones. There are so many technologies which have been developed as a modern technologies for the sustainable development of the agriculture. So this is also the needs of the hour in agriculture system. Then disciplinary approach means that there should be the collaboration between the researchers, between the educators, between the industrialists, or any or the farmers. So there should be the collaboration among all, so that the need can be assessed and the solution may be given to the required fellow. So multidisciplinary approach must be there in agriculture. It was came into existence since last few years, and it was included also in the national education policy, multidisciplinary approach. Fourth one is the holistic education. Holistic education means integration of the knowledge from the various fields. For example, if anyone is taking the education in agriculture, he or she should know about the social science. He or she should know about the environmental science. He and she should be know about the other related branches, so that he or she can understand the agriculture or its allied field in a better way. That may be called as the holistic education, or the overall education of a particular field which are being related with that particular field. So this is also one of the need in the agriculture education which is being included in the this policy. Then unlearning and relearning. This is the very new point. You are knowing the things, but it has been included by myself. Unlearning and relearning. Unlearning outdated practices in agriculture. We know that the practices which are being outdated are being changed or being modified with new technologies. So outdated practices should be unlearned, and whatever new technologies has been generated by the research scientist, by the any of the fellow, should be taken into consideration for the production system. So unlearning the outdated practices or relearning the new technologies is most important and compulsory for the agriculture renovation. So this is also fifth point. Last one is the adoption of climate change technology. We have discussed that the climate is changing very rapidly, and how it can be accommodated in our crop production, and the technologies which are being developed to accommodate or to mitigate the effect of climate change are developing, and so many varieties are also being developed to mitigate the effect of climate changes in agriculture or horticulture system. Next is the how the educator. You know, the educator is also playing a very important role to develop the agri professional. So how educator can be empowered for advancement in the agriculture. Number one is the professional development and the training. You know, the any of the educator should have their professional competencies. He should be developed in a better way. He has to get the training on various issues, maybe the new technologies, because the digital today is the digital era, and everyone should know about the digital technologies. Means the digital literacy must be there, so that he can utilize all the digital tools and various digital platforms for learning, and various other issues of the education. Second is curriculum integration. Support educator in integrating new technologies and sustainability into their existing curricula, which is suitable for the student. Means any of the curricula when designed, it should be supported, and the educator should be integrated in that, in the designing of the any curriculum, so that any of the curriculum, when it is designed, it should be suitable for the student in today's context. So it is also one of the point to be discussed. Then research opportunities. Educator or the teacher or the scientist should be encouraged to participate in the research project. He should formulate a better research project in today's context. He should develop a good research project so that he or she can help the farming community. He or she can help our industrialist. He or she can help our any of the person who are directly or indirectly related with this field. So this is also one of the point. Then fourth one is mentorship program. When we will develop the mentorship program, it will certainly aid, or it will certainly strengthen our educator by giving or by guiding such personal with the experience of the older one, because the new educator needs the support and guide of the experienced one. So when we will develop the mentorship program, certainly the experienced one will provide his experience. He will guide the newer one, so he will use the mm, it's the next is the user friendly digital platform for teaching and learning. We have already discussed in the first topic that digital platform should be user friendly, means each and every the educator can be used any of the digital platform which is being prepared for teaching and learning process. Means the teaching to the student and learning by the student is very important for as far as the education or agriculture education is concerned. So any of the digital form which is being prepared or which is being installed in any of the college or any of the institute should be user friendly, so that it can be used properly for the student as well as for the teacher. Industrial partnership to foster the collaboration and access to cutting edge technologies. This part is very compulsory. Means industrialists should take part in the education system. Today we are sending our student for the internship in the industries. That is a very good part of the agriculture education, because the student will learn out of out of the industry, and industrialist will also learn from the student. Means as far as knowledge is concerned, may student be the good in position, while for skill is concerned, industry may be in good position, may be strong in that position. So both will get benefited by this industrial participation. Then facilitating the networking opportunity. There should be a networking opportunity so that each and everyone can share its knowledge, its ideas, or they can get solution of any queries if is there. So networking is also very important. Hands-on experience, we have already discussed there should be opportunity for educator to gain practical experience of new technologies or AI technologies or the tools. So hands-on experience or hands-on training is very much compulsory for the educator also. Sustainable practices, providing training on sustainable agriculture techniques like IPM, INM, farming, then precision farming, water conservation, soil health management to promote the environment friendly farming practices is very compulsory, and it is also to be addressed very properly. Then empowering agriculture educator for sustainable agriculture. We are discussing about the advanced agriculture. Now we are discussing for sustainable agriculture, how we can empower the agriculture educator to get the skill and knowledge in the field of agriculture for sustainable production system. It can be by the workshop, it can be by mentorship, it can be by networking, training, access to the resources, digital literacy, so that we can promote sustainable farming practices, including soil and water health. Today, the water and the soil are deteriorating at a very fast rate by use of many chemicals and pesticides. So, to get the sustainable farming production, we have to inculcate the knowledge of sustainable farming practices among the educators. Then, climate change adaptations because the educator will certainly train the farmers for extreme weather events which are taking place that can be overcome by the precision agriculture or precision farming or various climate resilient varieties or so many other technologies. Change in the time of sowing, change in the time of weeding, change duration of the crop has also been changed so that we can mitigate the effect of climate change very precisely. Then next one is the resource use efficiency. There are so many input are being used in the agriculture production system, including the seed, including the water, including the chemicals, fertilizers, so including the seed. So many input are used in the agriculture production system. So to increase the huge efficiency of inputs, it may be the seed, it may be the water use efficiency, it may be the fertilizer use efficiency, it may be the weedicide use efficiency. So to increase the input use efficiency for maximization of the profit is compulsory. So resource use efficiency is also very important to get the sustainable farming system. Enhancing food and nutritional security. We have already discussed the food security is different while the nutritional security is different. And today we are getting the good food production in India. As I have already said that 333 million tons of food grain we are producing, and surpassing this production we are producing 353 million tons of horticulture crops, including 112 million tons of fruits and 205 million tons of vegetables. Means we are also near to the nutritional security. We are not still achieving the nutritional security, but we are near to the nutritional security. We have got the food security, but not the nutritional security. So we have to achieve this part also. And it can be achieved by diversification of the crops. We have to take the horticultural crops in the area also. We have to increase. Presently, there are only 28 point something, 28 million hectare of land is under horticultural crops. So it can be increased so that we can achieve more horticultural produce and we can achieve nutritional security of the Indian population. So by promoting or diversifying the crops, reducing the food waste, ensuring access affordable food is very important to get the nutritional security also. Protecting the environment. Today's is big aspect as far as sustainable agriculture is concerned. It is relatively always been taken into consideration that the environmental security is very important because environment not only includes the gases, it also includes the water, it also includes the soil, it also includes the outside area. Means we can say the atmosphere is also deteriorating, soil health is also degrading, water quality is also deteriorating. So how we can take the measures to avoid the bad soil health, to avoid the poor quality of water, how we can save our biodiversity, how we can manage the the sustainable farming by by changing our system of agriculture production. So environmental production at the same time is also important when we are considering the sustainable agriculture production by changing the many technologies. How education empower. Earlier we were discussing about the educator. Now we will discuss about the education can be empowered to advance the agriculture. Agriculture, how agriculture education. Agriculture education, with the sixth Dean Committee has implemented, and all these points have been taken in consideration while recommending the sixth Dean Committee and recommending the curricula for the UG level in various agriculture and related subjects. They are building of knowledge and skill is very compulsory, because agriculture has been already been announced the professional degree in 2016. Earlier, it was also professional degree, but ICR has announced it is professional degree in 2016. So whenever we are discussing about the professional degree, means agriculture or maybe the allied subject, horticulture, forestry, biotechnology, or any other stream of the agriculture or allied subject are called as the professional degree. And when we will discuss about the professional degree, there is a need of skill. So a skill can be get by hands-on training or by industrial internship. So many points has been included in this policy, national education policy, which has been implemented. So this point will be certainly overcome by implementing this national education policy 2020. Then next is fostering innovation and sustainability by promoting research and development. Research and development, NRF has been, there was a one of the point to develop the National Research Foundation, so that we can develop our research system to the great way. We can develop our research technologies in such a way that farmers can eagerly use it. Farmer can eagerly wait for its development, or it may help in the increase of the productivity of the crop for which it was released. So innovation and sustainability both are interlinked. If there will be the innovation, certainly sustainability will be there, and which will promote, which can be achieved by strengthening the research and uh, giving the opportunity to the research scientist. Third one is the enhancing food security and rural development. Food security, we have discussed several times that food security is there. We are already secure as far as our food part is concerned. We are getting a handsome quantity of food grain per capita in India, because we are producing more than our requirement. So agriculture education should be in such a way that we can increase not only the production, we have to increase the productivity of the crops to that level, so that we can achieve the world record in many of the crops. So food security or rural development, both are interlinked. When rural development will be there, we can say that there is an increase in the productivity of the crops. We can say that there is a development in the agriculture sector of the country. Then the rural development is possible. On agriculture, education may play very big role for the increasing in the productivity of the most of the food grain crops. Promoting women's empowerment. You know, in India, women are playing very important role or vital role in the agriculture production system. So to assess the need of the farming community, we have to provide the trainings to the women. We can assess, we can provide the improved credit system for the women. We can develop the market facilities for the woman in the rural area, so that those who are directly or indirectly involved in agricultural production system, particularly women, can access all those information
I think sir has been disconnected, and like sir will join like within 4 or 5 minutes. So please stay with us.
अभी डॉक्टर साहब से मेरी बात हुई है। वो कोटा जिस जगह पे है राजस्थान में, वहां काफी बारिश हो रही है, जिसके कारण बिल्कुल बिजली नहीं आ रही। अभी तक जो वो सेशन अपना दे पा रहे थे, वो इन्वर्टर से दे पा रहे थे। अब इन्वर्टर भी उनका बैठ गया है, इन्वर्टर भी काम नहीं कर रहा है। तो उन्होंने अभी टेलीफोन हमें किया है कि डॉक्टर साहब हम क्षमा चाहते हैं, अब हम सेशन को आगे नहीं बढ़ा पाएंगे, बट हम अपना प्रेजेंटेशन आपको शेयर कर देंगे। वो सारे पार्टिसिपेंट्स को आप ग्रुप में भेज देना। तो उनके बिहाफ पे मैं खुद क्षमा मांग रहा हूं कि लाइट के कारण एक टेक्निकल ग्लिच है। टेक्निकल ग्लिच भी नहीं बोल सकते, जहां इलेक्ट्रिसिटी नहीं है तो इंसान किस तरीके से चीजें आगे बढ़ा पाएगा। तो मैं प्रेजेंटेशन आपको भेज दूंगा, और इसकी जगह पे आपको एक कॉम्प्लीमेंट्री लेक्चर किसी ना किसी सैटरडे या संडे में हम जरूर प्रोवाइड करेंगे। तो आज के लेक्चर को हम यही खत्म करते हैं। हम उनका जो पीपीटी है वो लेके आपको आपके ग्रुप में भेज देंगे। ठीक है, थैंक यू सो मच। सभी पार्टिसिपेंट्स लेफ्ट कर सकते हैं।